What's going on YouTube? It's JB Tech Fanatic and I'm back again with another video. I want to start off this video by thanking each and every one of you that have subscribed, and all of you that are here with me today. I am honored to have you, and I hope you will consider subscribing and mashing that thumbs up button, and don't forget to click the bell. I got lots of amazing videos coming out this year. Today guys, I have in my hand two versions, or should I say two colors, of the Samsung S9 Plus. I'm excited about this phone and I wanted to talk about it a little bit. I know there's a million unboxing videos. A lot of the reviewers have already had this phone for a long time. This is the actual retail version from Verizon. I have the purple and the blue. They are both the Plus models, and I got them from Verizon. So you guys know, they're not that cheap. Came to $962.33, okay? Plus, you're looking at a $30 activation fee to get this phone. So the first question I want to go over with you guys is, should I upgrade? And that is a term that I think comes out to it depends. I am a tech fanatic in real life. I don't just call myself that for this channel. But going out and buying tech every 6 months, especially when phones are $1,000, is obviously not the smartest thing to do. But if the question is this phone better than the S9? Than the S8? Of course. It has a better camera. It has the first movable shutter. It has a faster fingerprint reader, which has been moved into the spot that everyone wanted it to be moved into. By the way, I actually have no problem with my Note 8 fingerprint reader. That's just for the record. They have beautiful colors. They have the newest Snapdragon 845 processor. And the biggest thing this year over the S8 Plus last year that I think makes all the difference in the world on a phone is they put 6 gigs of RAM. Now, I have been using the Note 8 and the S8 Plus as my daily drivers, both since they've launched. The Note 8, as of today, is my favorite phone. I am a big Note fan. I'll use both of the phones. I basically got these phones so I can share them with you. Now, I'm going to unbox one of them and show it to you. I did already take one out. I wanted to set it up and get a feel for it myself to give you guys an honest, what is my thought about the phone. So far, guys, I have to say, if we are just talking about sheer performance, let's talk about upgrades separately. Let's talk about the money separately. Sheer performance, this thing so far flies. The camera is spectacular. And yes, guys, I believe, now people might argue this, but it blows the Google Pixel 2 XL away. And a lot of people picked the Google Pixel XL as their phone of the year last year, strictly based off of the camera, even though the Note 8 is, in my opinion, the best phone that had been made to date. I'm also speaking of the iPhone X. Now, if you have watched my channel, you know I'm not an iPhone person. There's reasons for that, but the biggest reason is the whole thing about throttling the phone down and saying it's about saving the consumer battery life. For me, that does Apple in. I don't care if they make a phone that floats and levitates in the air. I will never buy an iPhone again. That I promise. Because first and foremost, customer service is what draws me to a company. The Note 7 exploded. Samsung didn't try to hide it. They came out and you know what they did, guys? They lost, I think, $5 billion in the stock market because they did the right thing. Most companies would not do that. Thus, yes, I am loyal to Samsung. I have a lot of Samsung items that I review, but I like the brand and I like the service behind it. Take that into consideration when you're watching this video. I'm glad that you guys are with me. I can't wait to talk about this phone. Let's get into it. This is the Samsung S9
All right, guys,
Plus.
so we're back in. Let's check this phone out and just see what it has really quickly. Basically, the box opens like a book. You got your booklets here, your SIM card injector tool. And there it is, the beautiful, shiny new Samsung S Plus 9. This is the purple. I could tell you right away, guys, though in the front it does look a lot like the S8 Plus, it is definitely a better quality build. You could actually feel that the sides are metal. It's heavier, it just feels really nice in the hand, and as you could see, the fingerprint reader is moved right there on the bottom. You got the charger port down there, USB Type-C is back, and the headphone jack, which is great to see. A lot of companies have, as you know, gotten rid of it. And then now you got music coming from the top and the bottom with Dolby Atmos. Now, I find that a little weird because I don't know how they can get that out of a phone. We all know that you need environment and speakers coming above you and bouncing off here and there. But anyway, it is fully capable on this device. Again, one more quick look at that beauty. In the box, you're going to get your fast charging. Fast wireless charging is on this phone, as well as fast charging straight through the wall plug. And one thing I really like that Samsung does is they include the USB Type-C adapters. Now, for those of you that are coming from a phone that does not have USB Type-C, this is a lifesaver. First thing you could do is you could actually use this to use your old plug so you have an extra plug in the house or in the car if needed. But the best thing that a lot of people don't talk about with Samsung is the smart switch. So a lot of us worry about, oh my gosh, is all my stuff going to be put over? I don't want to have to reset up my phone. It does take a long time. That's why I'm here. I'm going to talk about that a little bit. On this phone, and very quickly, guys, they do throw the AKG headphones. Again, Harman Kardon tuned. Those are $100 headphones. And you get a nice USB Type-C cable. And that's it. I'm not going to spend too much time on the unboxing. But let's go back to Smart Switch. Let's say that you have an iPhone or even an old Galaxy S5. The great thing is that you take this port, you open up your cable, you turn your phone on. Now the phone's going to make you go through the activation, in my case with Verizon. So what I did is I just went ahead and again, I wanted to see how this phone held up. So, and I want you guys to see the coral blue here. So this is the coral blue. Actually, they might have changed the coral blue name to something different. Anyway, it's blue and it's beautiful. It's actually my favorite color. They had it on the Note 7 and then of course the Note 7 was gone. This is actually a little bit better. Anyway, you have your old phone. You take the cord out and then you take the adapter. The adapter simply is going to be the one that goes into the new phone. So you take this end of your cord and you put the adapter on. You stick the adapter into the new S9 Plus. Then you put the other end into your old phone. You don't have to use this cable because you could do the USB Type-C adapter or the old micro USB if needed, if you guys are getting what I'm saying. When you plug them in and you go through setup, you sign into your Samsung account and then it asks you to use Smart Switch. Smart Switch will then, you would hit yes. On your old phone, it's going to ask you to make or give it permission to access the files on your phone. Go ahead and hit yes. Once that's done, it's going to give you a list. It will let you pick whatever you want moved over to your new phone, including the SD card. Now, or the micro SD card.
I don't normally do that because it's already on the micro SD card and you're moving it over to the new phone. The new phone takes up to a 400 gig micro SD card. Insane. I'm sure it takes more than that, but it just doesn't exist. They used to say up to 2 terabytes, but they don't exist. So I think they're just not telling us things that aren't really there. You pick what you want to transfer, you hit transfer, and it literally takes everything off of your old phone, moves it to your new phone, phone numbers, text messages, emails, reminders, more so than even your Google account does, because the Google account's great also. You could do it wirelessly and it will transfer over your apps and so on and so forth, but it literally took to transfer everything from my Note 8 and to set up my phone 15 minutes. It put everything, apps, my background, my text messages, my call log, all my appointments, everything on my phone. Didn't have to use no wireless network or anything. You have the hardwire connection. Go ahead and complete that. Here's the trick, guys. Once that's complete, whatever phone you come from, then do the software update. The software update is a security update and a few minor tweaks. Now you're all set up. Your phone is ready. What is this phone about? This phone is all about the camera. It's all about aesthetics because it's one of the most beautiful phones that you'll ever see. The fingerprint scanner and the iris scanner is absolutely, I mean, look how fast it is, guys. This is off. I mean, it's just instantaneous. So the fingerprint reader is amazing. The iris scanner is instant. Now, let's talk quickly about the specs. Now, the screen size is a 6.2-inch Super AMOLED display. It's kind of weird because I put it, and I would put this side by side with my Note 8, but right now I'm using it to film. I actually lined the screens up and it looked identical, but the form factor of the phone is much smaller. Now, you get the 3500 milliamp battery still because the S Pen is not taking up the room. They also have the dual camera now sits up and down top of each other, right? Nice and flush with the fingerprint reader. The lens on the top is the one that you can actually manually adjust. So when the eye opens up wider, it doesn't take as sharp as photos, but in dark or low light situations, it lets a lot more light in, therefore giving you much better low light performance. That's the true reason for it. The camera itself is a 12 megapixel camera, 4K shooting at 60 frames per second. That is new to the, actually, I don't think any of the Samsung phones have had 4K at 60 frames per second or even 2K. So that is a major upgrade. It does have, super slow motion. It's very short clips, but it's really cool. It's just kind of something to play with. Let's see some other things. You still get the IP68 waterproof. They call it water resistant, but it's 5 feet of water for 30 minutes. My son has, taken my phones in the swimming pool and they're fine. Anytime you do get these phones wet, guys, remember it will tell you that the port is wet until it is dry. It does it to protect the phone. That does not mean that the phone is broke. Just make sure that this is completely dry before you start charging it. The way to bypass that, though, is the wireless fast charging because you're not plugging it in. Bixby's back on deck. I know a lot of you out there don't like Bixby that much, but I'll tell you what, guys. From the beginning to now, Bixby is really, really good. I'm going to be doing a video on the all-new Samsung QLED Q9 2018. Should be on the way to my house now. All the new TVs are running off Bixby, including my whole home, which will be my refrigerator, washer, dryer, all that good stuff. But the great thing is, at the new QLED TVs will actually use these phones, so you hang your TV on the wall, you're going to scan the environment, and it will then display the TV will display the environment. So if you have a brick wall, it's going to turn your TV into a bunch of bricks. It could do photos or whatever you want to do, but it's actually going to use this phone to do it. So that's another great thing if you're looking at the new QLED line this year. And if I were you, I would look at that line if you're looking for a TV. It is dust resistant. You know, everything else is back, guys. You know, micro SD card slot. They left out nothing. 2.8 gigahertz processor, the newest, latest, and greatest Android 8.0 Oreo. What else can I say, guys? Every spec you want is on this phone. This might be the first perfect phone. All the complaints have been, you know, they always find little things to complain about. Oh, well, the camera's not great enough. The fingerprint reader's not in the right spot. Whatever it might be, you now have a beautiful phone, perfectly positioned with all the things that you want. Fingerprint, iris. It has the new AR emoji if you're into that. I know the iPhone, they turn you into animals. This, you can create your own characters. Headphone jack still there. They put the two speakers that everyone's been complaining about since, gosh, I can't even remember. It's an exciting phone. Absolutely, I recommend this phone. You should buy it if you want it, if you have an upgrade, if you know you are real tech savvy and you like to have the latest and greatest. But if you have the Note 8 or you have the S8 Plus and you are happy with it, every year, guys, around March, you're going to get the S series, and you know, August or September, you're going to get the Note series. You can count that like clockwork. There's also a lot of other big brands coming out with their flagships this year. They're all going to be great phones. But right now, guys, I am just really impressed with this phone. So, should you upgrade? Yes, if you can, and if you can afford it, and it's something you want, absolutely. Let me teach you a few tricks about upgrading. So a lot of people know how to upgrade, and I'm talking about carrier right now. So you could buy unlocked models. The unlocked models are a little cheaper. I have a little bit of a problem with the unlocked Samsung models, and that's because they just don't get updates as fast. They seem to lose support. Having said that, all Samsung phones don't get their updates very fast. But they also, in their own operating system and Samsung's hardware, have already most of the features that the new upgrades by Google have. So, you know, you don't always have the latest, you know, Oreo, say. You're on 7.1 still, but Samsung's already has all the multi-window features and all the great stuff. The way you can get upgrades is there's a few things you can do. Your phone at launch or pre-order is very valuable. So let's just say that you bought the S9 or the S8 Plus last year and you paid, I'm going to use a round number, $1,000. You've now had the phone almost 12 months and you've paid half of it off. This is what you could do. You could front the $500, and I know that's a lot of money, but they're giving up to, I believe, $450 off with the trade-in of the S8 Plus. Or they're even giving $300 for the S7 Plus. So think of it as, you know, you kind of front the money in the beginning, but you kind of get it back on the back end. Best Buy right now, and again, depending on when you watch this video, this might change, but they are offering for pre-orders, or I believe within 3 days of launch, $100 off instantly, and the same trade-in deals. I have noticed this is the first time that I have not seen Samsung offer a free gift with launch. Now, they do give you the $100 headphones in the box, but they are giving you a better trade-in value for phones that aren't even brand new, like the S7 Edge. So, another way that you can trade in that people don't know. Some people aren't aware that, you know, maybe you're still on the 2-year contract. When you are in the Edge agreement as, you know, our Verizon Up, or, you know, everyone has their own version, and basically what it is they're breaking the phone into 24 payments.
you could pay your phone off at any time, and at that time, you are eligible for an upgrade. Now, if you don't want to get yourself into another payment, you could buy directly from Samsung, do the trade-in value right then and there. So say the phone's $900, they take the $300 right there, and then you just buy the phone outright. There's a lot of tricks to get around paying, the almost $1,000. But at the end of the day, if you don't have an upgrade, there is a lot of money to be spent on phones, especially when you compare them to TVs and other things that you can get. But if you want the phone, you're going to find a way to get it. And if you have an upgrade, even if the payment is monthly, if you go back even a couple years ago, they basically, to have a data plan, used to charge you $40. They've lowered those to $20 or $15. So let's just say you used to pay $40 a month, and now you don't. You pay $20, and then you get a $35 phone payment. The phone's costing you an extra $15 a month if you look at it that way. So there's a lot of reasons why the phones don't always come out to, like when I go to the store and just buy 2 of them, and pay the full retail amount. To me, unless you just got money to blow, it's not the wisest thing to do. But guys, I'm one of them that do it. Part of me does it because I'm just crazy about this stuff and always want it. But the other part is I want to give you guys my honest feedback. So if you guys have questions about the S9 Plus or any of its features, please ask me in the comment section. You could find me now on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at JB Tech Fanatic. I am here to answer your questions, and I mean that, guys. I spend hours a day answering people's questions. I do this for you and you only. I do not do this for money. I love tech, and I love helping you. As of today, guys, the S9 Plus is an absolute 10 out of 10. I'm going to continue to use this phone. I have lots of awesome videos coming up. I will be featuring the S9 Plus with my setup of the Q9 Samsung QLED TV as soon as it arrives. That will be a fun one. Don't forget to subscribe. Guys, love your family. Take care of each other. I am absolutely honored that you guys have spent the time with me. Please subscribe, share my channel, and I can't wait to see you all in the next video. Until then, guys, stay safe out there. It's an evil world, and I hope to see you soon. This is JB Tech Fanatic, and I'll talk to you guys in the comments. I'm out. Peace.